Hello, everybody. This is me. You know who I am. What the frick? Like, I don't understand why people do the intro thing and they say their name even though it's in the frickin' channel name, usually. What the heck? Okay, what you just saw was the intro for my team, Fame. I've been asked a few times if I left Fame because I did change my gamertag from Fame Shotgun to Shotgun 401 again, like, a few weeks ago. And I guess some people were confused. I really don't know why I did. I'm probably actually going to change it back to Fame Shotgun. I don't know. What the heck kind of body was that? But I just felt like changing it back, and it happened. So, I picked a kind of short gameplay. I'm pretty much basing which gameplay I pick from my little gameplays folder on the amount of length it has rather than the score. Because I still have like an 18-0 gameplay save that I haven't used yet, but it's like really extremely short, and usually only an update video would be short enough. Like, I rant about stuff for like 10 minutes usually, so it's a 5-minute 18-0, which I think is pretty freaking awesome. But I'll find out when to use it eventually. So, in this commentary, I will be talking about role models, as you can see by the frick title. I just totally matrixed that freaking saw. If you see that crap, that was awesome. So, I saw a presentation this morning. It'll be yesterday morning by the time you see this. And it was called Rachel's Challenge. Rachel Joy Scott is the first girl who was killed in the Columbine shooting. You probably heard about that. April 20th of 1999, there was a high school, Columbine High School, that was like freaking invaded pretty much by these two guys with machine guns and shotguns and pistols and pipe bombs, and I think 12 students were killed, one teacher was killed, many were wounded, and this girl Rachel was the first one. And I'm not going to go through describing the whole story. You can look it up. It's called Rachel's Challenge. It'll probably be the first thing you find. And one thing that was mentioned is, in this presentation, I know I'm kind of stuttering here. It talked about role models, and the two boys that, they committed the Columbine shooting. Apparently, their role model was Adolf Hitler, and we all just love freaking Hitler, right? And as a matter of fact, the shooting happened on Hitler's birthday, 4/20. So that's probably why they chose that day, actually. Which I thought was pretty neat, honestly. But they looked up Hitler, and they did a freaking mass shooting because they had or quote unquote, because they had a bad role model. And this girl Rachel, she had a dyer, and she was basically just a good person, like a really good person when she was alive. And her role models were like Martin Luther King and people like that. They were like positive influences. So the question here is, can a positive role model make you a positive person? I don't think so. I think, and this might just be because I don't have a role model myself. If I had a role model, it would either be my band teacher, Mr. Opitz, because he's just a cool guy, he'll scold you if you're, he's a band teacher, obviously, so if you're like getting the rhythms wrong many times in a row, like happened today, he kind of chewed out someone a little bit today because she missed the same rhythm twice in a row, but then she got it right, like perfect, like dead on the next time, and he freaking walked up to her and just gave her a high five and said, "Good job. Why didn't you do that the first time?" My band teacher's really cool. He has a reason for everything he does. If he chews you out, he's helping you, basically. He's basically a parent, only he's not being a jerk-off, even though parents seem like they are being jerk-offs. So, yeah. He's cool. And another role model of mine would have to be Eminem. And I know what you're thinking. If you know anything about Eminem, you're like, why would you look up to Eminem? Freaking elementary school dropout, wannabe gangsta white guy, And sure, you can talk about that. But have you listened to some of the raps he's made? I mean, I'm not talking about like Without Me and The Real Slim Shady and like Boats and Hoes. No, that's Lonely Island. What the heck am I talking about? What is it? Um, Dang, I don't remember what it is. But he made something out of nothing. This guy, Marshall Mathers, Eminem, Slim Shady, whatever you want to call him. He dropped out of school. I don't remember what grade it was. I'm going to guess second or third grade. He dropped out of school. So he doesn't have a good education. Yet he managed to get a career based on words and speech and clever wordplay. That was a nice headshot. Just saying. He made an entire career, an entire living. He's probably one of the most famous music figures in the country. I wouldn't doubt it. An elementary school dropout became one of the most well-known people in the country, being America in this example. So, what happened? What am I talking about? That's just my weird way of starting a new topic, is saying what happened. But I just think it's really cool that he was able to do that. Like, he's basically uneducated in a impactful way. Sure, I'm sure he learned some like freaking Shirley method grammar. Of course, he kind of lived in the ghetto, so I don't know if he even learned much in the little bit of school he had. Not only that, he had a dysfunctional relationship with his wife. If you listen to some of his songs, he raps about it all the time. He had a dysfunctional relationship with his wife. And he had a long period of time where he almost couldn't support for his 2 daughters. And you know what? What's really cool is it's obvious too, he loves his daughters to death. Like there's this one song called Mockingbird by him. And it's one of my personal favorites. And the whole thing is telling a story about how much trouble he's been through, but how he's still going to be there for his daughter. Oh, God, what's her name? Haley. Haley is his daughter's name. Haley Mathers. And he's saying, like, okay, me and your mother have divorced, and we've had some troubles, and I'm almost never home, and your mom she's gone, but I'm still here for you. That's basically what it said. And that to me just says this guy knows what's up in the real world, We all have all these people worrying about, friggin' getting a fresh cappuccino every morning or something. And then there's this guy, this elementary school dropout, famous guy, and still all he's worried about is his daughter. Let me give you an example here. I learned this about a month ago. Is that Eminem actually won an Academy Award, which is a big deal. And he actually missed his own Academy Award ceremony because he fell asleep on the couch while watching cartoons with his daughter. That's freaking cool, man. Like, that's one of those aww moments, Oh, God, I'm choking. And I got touched by that. And I don't get touched, man. At least not emotionally. I don't get really emotionally moved by many things because I'm a cynical freaking crap cake, But I think that's really cool that people like that are able to do things like that, Yeah. So, again, back to the question, can a role model impact your life? Well, I look up to these 2 guys that I think are really great people, and I see the good in them. Even if my parents are like, oh, Eminem, he just cusses and talks about sex, and he's a rapper, and he's a bad person. I'm sure that's what they would say. And I still see good in him. I see it. I look at the good things in Eminem and who he is and what he raps about. He doesn't always rap about, like, crazy stuff. He pretty much created his alter ego, Slim Shady. And an alter ego is basically like a second personality, like an alternate persona for yourself. It's kind of like if you watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Yami Yugi was, I don't even remember the show that well, but the kid, I want to say his name is Yami, but I really don't remember that well. The guy who dueled was the alter ego guy. I haven't watched Yu-Gi-Oh in so long, but I loved that show. But anyway, so basically he made the Slim Shady alter ego for himself, and he used that persona to do the weird stuff. I guess in a weird way he was kind of defending his own name and not making himself a pervert, but his alter ego, I don't know. But again, I don't see how someone like that could make something so amazing out of himself. I keep finding myself going back to the Eminem thing, but I'm gonna try to get off of it. So basically, those are the people I would look up to. The only third I could think of would probably be George Watsky. If you don't know who he is, he's a YouTube rapper. And you notice I kind of look up to rappers because I actually enjoy rapping myself. I've written a few. I just haven't recorded any. By the way, if you'd like me to record some, I'll do it. I'll upload it. Let me know, I guess. And George Watsky, his fans on YouTube love him. They love him, man. He's got haters, sure, everyone does. Even I do. What's up with that? The heck? I only have 400 subscribers, which, by the way, hit 400 subs today. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. I love your titties. And George Watsky, he seems like he gets it, man. He's probably in his early or late 20s. And he just seems like he understands, he understands what's going on. He knows his lot in life. He knows what's going on around him, and he knows what to do about it and how to handle it and how to think about it in a way that he doesn't freaking go freaking homicidal and insanity, But I might actually be able to fit that 5-minute 18-0 gameplay in this along with the gameplay I had. But I'm going to stop talking. Let me know in the comments, do you think a role model can be impactful? Like, really impactful? Like, the difference between being an amazing person who saves special ed kids from committing suicide or being the kind of person who would freaking light a school up with AKs. Do you think you could make that kind of difference? I'll leave you guys with that question. See you guys later.